And we are live. Hello guys and welcome down to CoasterGen, and today we have a very special stream for you guys. We are joined by Mikhail. Say hi, Mikhail.
How's it going?
I'm alright, man. And we have a very special guest. Now, every single one of you in the chat, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube community got it wrong. We have the head of development at Virtual Towers Online. We have Pete with us. Hello, Pete.
Hello.
Here he is, the man that started it all off. Check that out, guys. So we're just gonna have a bit of a walk around Virtual Towers, talk about a few things, and then in a little while we're gonna drop over to Discord, and Pete's gonna share his screen and show you a few little things that he's been working on. So it's gonna be interesting. So make sure you watch the whole stream, guys. So Pete, what have you been up to, man?
This, that, the other, work, sleep, not a lot of sleep.
Is
yeah.
it full screen? Can someone just tell me if it's full screen or
Yeah,
not?
yeah, it's full screen.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah,
the preview's broke again on the stream thing on YouTube. Brilliant. I wish YouTube would get get this stuff together, man. Seriously. So yeah, so how's life been since the last update for Virtual Towers Online then?
Yeah, just sort of really slow at the moment with everything going on in just sort of day-to-day life. It's sort of getting on top of all of us, really.
Yeah.
But we've always got to have a bit of a break at times. But now we're sort of, well, I've started up again because I've had a bit more. Things have sort of started to settle down again, so I'm getting back into it a bit more.
Yeah.
See what sort of gets done. No particular order, no sort of particular pattern around the park. So who knows where we may end up.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got to understand as well, guys, is that they went from having all this free time and everybody was on furlough and all that stuff, and well, some people were on furlough. Not everybody obviously was on furlough in the country. I'm just saying, but like they had all this time and then they smashed that update out. Like that was just awesome when you released Wicker, man. That was like.
Oh yeah, we were so proud of that. The amount of work we crammed in when we could.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell.
I mean, I was sort of off work for sort of end of March till almost the end of August. So
Yeah.
that's sort of like April, May, June, July. That's at least 5 months of entirely free time. So what better thing to do than to do this?
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah, and I mean, it's honestly, I said to you the other day when I was doing that horror thing that I was
that
doing.
video was amazing. We really liked the way that video came out. It just.
Did you like it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, really enjoyed it.
I wanted to use the effects in VTO though. I didn't want to like go from outside. So if you noticed, I took the bass from the kitchen and I overdubbed it over the evil creature at the end as well. So I kind of just ripped it out and put it in there, but I wanted to keep it true to VTO, because I just think the effects and stuff that you've got in VTO for that is just awesome. Like it's really cool. I missed one thing out, which was the music box, and when you said that, I was like, oh man, I could have had the music box creepy bit in there. But yeah, so.
Yeah, it is awesome. Definitely something we're going to play around with in the future in the towers, because now we've sort of got it all there. We can do whatever we want with it. So we are going to do some very highly detailed scare mazes using the entirety of the towers.
Yeah.
And we can just put whatever we want. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying to come up with some sort of story for that as well, like with the idea of it to really push it, give it its own identity in the towers once it's switched to night mode. And I think it could be the most brutal scare maze that Towers has ever seen, but still have a story linked to the towers.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
to drive it along.
You could easily just put whatever you wanted, and it would just be Like the way I'd compare it to is the difference between a horror film and a slasher film.
Yeah.
Where a horror film can still have a good story, but it also has gory elements and jump scares and things like that. But a slasher film is just, hey, they're dead. Hey, that person's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
yeah.
that person's now dead. Oh, there's one person survived. He must have been the killer. Oh, okay. It's like that wouldn't be anything. But yeah, if we put a proper story behind it, because again, with towers, they always have to limit how much story they can put in because they're trying to cram in 2, 3, 4 mazes into the entire towers.
Yeah.
We can put one maze, one story across the whole lot. We can pad it out or cut it down as much as we want. So it's definitely something exciting to have the prospect of doing. Even doing, like, integrate some form of, like with the what was the one they did for Smiler?
Sanctuary.
The Sanctuary.
Yeah, something like that. Because I really liked that maze. Like, it just sort of was good. It put a really good story across. You had sort of, it just worked. So we could do something like that, but do it on a different ride, or multiple rides, or something completely different.
I mean, the way they did Subterra for Nemesis, I mean, that Nemesis itself could be a maze, you know? Like, they could really do something with Nemesis. And you could use Subterra's abandoned ride theme for it as well. Because, I mean, you've got to think, that whole ride was about the story of, you know, Nemesis and the eggs and stuff, and the aliens hatching and that. So, you could play off that big time, and actually have it as a dedicated Nemesis maze. That'd be so cool, man. That'd be awesome, I think. Mikhail, what do you reckon? What do you reckon they could do?
Well, I really like that idea of playing off of the idea of Subterra.
Yeah.
And like within the exclusivity of Virtual Towers Online, having that be the maze and connecting that maze to Nemesis, and maybe having it in the place of maybe Project 42 or something like where it would be sort of like if it was in real life, but it's obviously within the confines of VTO. So you could definitely bring some sort of like I mentioned, some sort of exclusivity to the idea of having a scare maze within the game, by not necessarily to say that any of the scare mazes that towers use for Scarefest need replacing or anything, but you know, just sort of from a marketing standpoint, it makes VTO more of a must play in that sense.
Yeah, because it's got its own unique experience in there.
Yeah,
definitely. That drop that we've just done at night is crazy on Wicker Man. It just feels like you're just constantly falling into darkness.
Oh yeah, the lighting package that Dave did with the Wicker Man, second to none. He went all out on it.
Yeah.
Because not many people got to experience, obviously, the opening media presentation of it. Same with Smiler. So we wanted to put it in to be what you'd miss.
Yes. Because you're all about that, aren't you? About capturing the moments, the really big moments of towers, like making things feel brand new every time you see them. Is a big thing, I think. I can't wait for other rides to get done. Like, for example, like for 13 or Rita, when they start getting done, that's just going to be crazy to be able to ride them how they were, because it's going to be that much detail. It's just going to be awesome to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I was watching one of your videos the other day, and you mentioned about 13 with the whole backwards bit being a bit boring. Kind of like it's just a black tunnel. What if something was put in?
Yes, we were talking about that, weren't we, Mikhail, in the show? I think we were talking about it in the show, weren't we?
I think we were.
Yeah.
It sort of really gave me an idea that what if we, while yes, being true to what the ride is now, add in what would make it better. Just those little bits here and there what if we improved things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, say for example, did something with the tunnel that sort of just ends on 13, or I mean, we've even had the old idea that with, for example, air. What if we built it with the proposed theming?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. Because I remember when you did that little thing, didn't you, in the older alpha versions, is you put the pagoda in, that access to the pagoda behind the towers, didn't you?
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
Could you do like that, but with air? So it like kind of, so it goes from Galactica, and then you go somewhere else, enter a different portal, and then you come out, and it's like air, how it should have been. Like, could you do that?
It's not impossible.
Yeah, I mean that would be really cool.
I mean, that would actually even play on the whole portal idea as well.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That if you found a way to walk through a hidden portal somewhere,
yeah.
Say you had to follow the sound effect that it makes, and you walk through it, and it takes you to what air should have been. That's actually a pretty good idea for that one.
Yeah. That would, but I mean, you could give, once you've got it all done, and I know this is like, well, obviously like a few years, ages away from being done, but because it's all very work in progress at the moment. But I mean, once you've got it done, you could probably then start to say, okay, maybe you should have a choice. Do you want to see the rides how they should have been, or how they could have been, or do you want to see the rides how they are, true to themselves? Like, that could be a really cool thing as well, to be able to choose, like, do you want to ride the VTO 13, or do you want to ride the Alton Towers 13?
Yeah, I mean, that again could be doable with the ability to, like, on load of the game. You could choose, like, a true life version or the improved version kind of thing.
Yeah, like your vision of it. Like how
yeah.
Yeah,
that could be done.
That would be awesome.
That's actually a pretty good idea to sort of have a realistic version and then an alternate version, but it would alternate sort of everything as is, but just have those little tweaks that sort of push it up a notch.
Yeah. By the way, guys,
different level.
Yeah, if you're wondering how I got this angle of Oblivion, this is how I found it. Literally, I went into Virtual Towers and I was like, I need some new angles of Oblivion, and I was like, that's how I got that photograph. Literally right there. And I did it in real life, and it worked. I was like, what? Like, that is just such a good angle of Oblivion. It just looks so menacing, even with the sun in the background. It's one of them rides that just always...
Wait, had you not been down to that bottom level before?
Yeah, but oh, hang on, went to drunk mode. But it was getting this shot of the logo and Oblivion at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Like if you panned that at the right time, look, whoom, there you go.
Yeah, drunk mode.
Proper drunk mode. Yeah, I don't know why, but sometimes it works to. What's that?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say that just reminded me of a shot that my friend pointed out to me at Galactica. There's like a small sign, right as it, how it passes through the tunnel.
Yeah.
And does that 270-degree turn into the 0G roll? Well, into the hardline roll. There's a small sign that says something to the effect of "this way to the boarding gates" or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'd never thought to grab a picture of the train going past with that sign kind of like in the top right corner, and have it look almost pretty much like something you'd see at an airport. It was so super cool.
It's really, yeah, it's awesome. It says to the boarding gates, and then it says you're gonna go and meet Eve. I think.
Yeah. Something like that.
Oh, I missed the dispatch. I think on the back train. My bad. That was a schoolboy error. What guys do you want to see us ride? What ride do you guys want to see us ride next? We can do Smiler. We can do could do Wicker Man again if you want, front row, or... Why is it not letting me on, actually?
Well, the gates aren't open yet. Ah, there we go. Yeah, the Oblivion is sort of one of those sort of a little bit buggy that it'll need a whole rewrite. That's sort of one of the big things that's holding the project back a little bit, because it requires an entire rewrite.
Liam Glaxker isn't done yet, mate. Sorry, pal. Can you explore the towers? Absolutely, we can. Yeah, we can do that. You can do that during the day, can't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Only night mode at the moment.
I do know how to get in there, though, but I won't. Do the effects work during the day? Or is it just when you press E on the pumpkin? Spinball, good shout. Let's do Spinball. Let's get spooky. Oh, you want me to go night mode? Okay, we'll go night mode in a bit. It is not like Halloween, so yeah, we can do that. I'm gonna get some rides in. Call Pablo. Pablo's our ride sims engineer. When we're doing ride sims, we always call out Pablo. He always fixes the trains and everything. The lighting effect, the dynamic lighting is something else on this game. It really is. Look at the towers, man. Stunning. Just this whole view now with like Wicker Man in the background, but you can just about see it, just over there, the lake, and so good. What's going on with that JCB, by the way, in the CPB land?
Well, it's under construction. They've got to build it somehow.
I wanna get in it and just drive it around. Move some dirt.
That would be ridiculously cool if you could actually do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not programmed to do so. we have thought about it though.
Yeah.
Just for those that actually managed to find a way in, although I'm pretty sure there isn't. There probably is, because
there isn't. I've tried numerous times. You're talking to someone who tried to break the game to tell you guys like there was a few bugs here and there. I don't do it on stream anymore, but trust me, I've been on some missions. I thought I was going to get all the way back down to Stoke-on-Trent at one point. I was just kept on going. To end up in the Roper's house.
They can disappear.
Yes, you should do that. You should do the Roper's house and put abandoned left.
No, just brutal murder. Just a brutal murder scene. Just like nothing to see here. Nothing happened. Don't worry.
That's where the scare maze is going to be, in the Ropers.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
It is. That's not a bad idea.
Although, how long would you actually have to walk to get to the Roper's house?
Pretty far.
It'd be one of those mazes like in like Universal, where you have to take one of those golf carts to get to the maze.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You could drive to it. That'd be awesome. You have to ride all the rides to get a VIP ticket. You go back to the entrance and then you get your golf cart. That'd be so cool. Yeah, so Mikhail, what do you think of VTO then? Like, you need to get it, man, because you've got a PC that can run it now.
I do. That is true.
You need to get it.
Yeah, I mean, from the streams that I've watched so far, it never ceases to amaze me just how realistic everything looks, and just because Towers is a park that I've been to like growing up like so many times. It's definitely something that that I'll be jumping on and exploring at some point.
Yeah,
because
everything's there, man.
Yeah.
Everything's there. Trust me, everything is there.
Yeah.
It's one of them. It's like you go on it and it's just uncanny. Like it's literally like oh, I've still got a thing up here that says press E to exit from Oblivion.
Oh.
Yeah, I am just I'm excited to get in there and just try and notice all the tiniest details that I can.
Yeah.
And just see how accurate it is. It looks
Spinball.
accurate beyond anything I could measure.
I've never seen that bug. Have you, Pete?
No,
That's a new one.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because you went into the cinematic camera while still in the sort of vicinity of exiting Oblivion. Maybe it just sort of freaked it out.
So what should I do? Should I go back and try and... No,
I don't know, because it's... I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens when you go to another one that puts in a new...
yeah. I think we should ride the Smiler. Let's ride the Smiler.
Yeah, because if you ride Smiler, it should bring up one saying to ride Smiler and then to exit Smiler. So, I don't know. That's definitely a new one.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, I'm designed to find these things in games. That's my sole purpose in life.
I mean, I did actually notice another one when you walked from the exit of Oblivion. There's a whole pile of rocks missing.
Oh.
And I have no idea how, because they're there. So, I don't know why they're not in this version. Weird.
This is what we need for the scare mazes. Like these, you've already got them. You've already got the asset for them. These rubber.
Oh, the beef curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were interesting to make.
Yeah, because they've got to have some weight and physics to them, right? I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's fixed.
Oh, that's weird. Very strange. See, it's a bug that fixes itself.
There you go. Got to persevere, guys.
But yeah, the curtains were an interesting asset to make because obviously they're not true cloth physics because because cloth is obviously too floppy kind of thing. So it was trying to work out how to make it this thick rubber that sort of just about moves out the way, but then kind of doesn't. So it was made using sort of multiple bones that deformed along the sort of spline of the mesh. And then it sort of, as you walk through it, each bone has a specific weight that allows it to move so much or not so much. And then that's why every now and again you kind of see it sort of freak out and shimmer. Yeah. The bones are sort of colliding with themselves until they've settled. And then it's sort of like, oh yeah, I'm okay now.
That's such a cool, innovative workaround for that. Literally, you just needed to create some leather blinds and you had to use bones. Bizarre. Here we go, guys. Look at this. Every jolt is perfect. This is the only ride that seems to, on my system, just get that little bit of frame drop. I don't know what it is.
I think my stream might be a few seconds behind you guys.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe. Just refresh it and press live.
Yeah.
I would share my screen, but it's pretty demanding to do that on my CPU
at the same time.
Well, I'll be getting the new Ryzen CPU when it comes out. So hopefully then I can't wait to see the single core performance on that and to how it's gonna because this is the first thing I open now for This is like a benchmark for me. This is like the best benchmark for anything. It's so cool. Like I got my 2070 Super and I was like straight into VTO. I'm gonna see if I can run the Smiler. Yeah. It's the new Crisis.
Yeah, just suddenly see it on Linus or anything.
Yeah.
New benchmark coming out now. Can it run VTO?
We should do that. Let's just shoot him a message and see what he says. Check this out. This is Alton Towers. You've never been. You angry.
If you want to actually stress a computer, try this.
Yeah, try this.
This laughs at Crisis.
Yeah. Airtime. What's great about this as well, Mikhail, is we could just run this while we do that episode next week.
Yeah,
in the background.
Yeah, we probably could.
Most definitely.
just slightly off topic, but I'm really looking forward to recording that video because
so many comments, man.
How many comments did we get from everyone on Twitter about
30 odd, I think. 30 odd.
Something like that, yeah.
Ridiculous. Thanks so much, guys. We're going to try and include as many as we can. You know, but we'll do our best. Might not even have
time to talk about our own opinions.
No, we might just read out some comments what we think of the Smiler. Literally, that is like, yeah, there you go. The bug's gone now completely. So let's head up in here. Oh, the cameras are on. Oh, I thought they were off. One day, guys, we'll get to press these buttons.
Yeah.
So Peter, I was talking to Luke about this the other day. Just the some of the original concept art for Smiler's queue lines and station. I really like the look of them. I've always wondered why they why they went away from those concept arts with a lot of the details that were included in them. You've probably seen them, but like how much of a task do you think it would be to be able to incorporate those in the Smiler experience in this? I know we talked about you know, an alternative option of ride experiences, like an improved, like a, you know, the towers one that stands today, and you know, a quote unquote improved or what if kind of version within the confines of VTO.
It depends on how much it changes, because obviously, like the Smiler has always been a pain because of such a bizarre shaped building. that it's got so many sort of back and forths and everything. It really does depend on how much the concept follows life, or if there's not enough of the concept art to display, like, say for example, like the concept art has a completely different station building and completely different queue line system inside, that would actually be easier, because we could literally gut it, reroute it, no one would know because it's all concept.
Yeah.
And we could just make it do whatever we wanted, but then also follow the big theming cues. So, like the whole plastic tarpaulin sort of medical sort of cue, the exit in the station, sort of the I don't know about like redoing the Marmalizer, because that would be sort of really, I don't know. I don't think I particularly like the sort of other Marmalizer. It doesn't really sort of show much. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, I think I prefer this one. And just
so maybe just like incorporate the little bit. So again, like the station does feel bare. Like there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So maybe even just redesigning the station, just the station building, to incorporate all the plastic and the sort of more operation setting. That could easily be doable.
Yeah, I mean, I've always felt like when you go into the actual station bit, you know, the air gates are, that's what the rest of it should feel like. It always feels like that's a separate building within inside the station that is separate to the experiments and stuff. And I've always felt like they could have done more. Instead of just projections in that room, it could have been literally like there's ongoing experiments going on there. But with the... Oh, we've got the pumpkin. Oh dear. That means we've got to go nighttime soon. Oh, it's single man.
It's sort of... Smiler is sort of like a very obscurely connected version of Saw, isn't it? Almost.
Yeah, the building itself, you mean?
Yeah.
Because like... Well, the theme, I mean. Because like... the whole experiments and a bit dark, kind of. And you're not really sure if you're going to come off it, because like the whole point is to you're meant to sort of appreciate being happy, kind of thing. So you're finding a shortcut to being happy rather than Saw is sort of. What is Saw's theme? Like,
Saw's theme is to kill people.
No, but like, what does? But it's like, what is his game? It's to appreciate like not
people's efforts to not try and die.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much it.
To see how far people will go to save themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
well, the films, yeah. I mean, the ride is about
the ride. Yeah, no, I see what you mean by that. Yeah, is it supposed to be like it's just trying to kill you? With the track profile. No, I'm only kidding. With the theming. Because some of the profiling is dire on that ride. It is really... Whoa, that was a big spin into the brakes. Did you see that? That was different.
Whoa, what a ride!
That was crazy. Yeah, but I just think sometimes that Saw can be a fantastic ride when you ride it, but sometimes it can be absolutely horrible.
That is a really good point, though. Like, how does the what is it about the story of like the progression of the story of the ride itself?
I think it's literally because I think it's basically you go into Jigsaw's playground basically, and you go through all these different trials, and then you escape, don't you? I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think.
What does he say? Because it's obviously you only ever experience it on the second car launch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's like Thrill Riders. I want to play a game.
Yeah.
And then it's something about that you
make a choice.
Because is it saying that you're not scared? So this is proving that you are still scared, or is it?
I don't know. To be fair, because every time I've been on it in the last 5 years, I've always got front car.
Yeah, exactly. You miss half the story being in the front launch. But when you're in the back one, you actually sit before the pre-drop, and you actually hear his spiel. And I'm sure it's something about like he wants to play a game that you've taken fear for granted, that you're not sort of. I don't know. It's weird. Again, but again, it's like, how do you explain Smiler's theme?
Yeah, legit.
It's
like,
just weird.
Can't. Right, I want to get an E in the chat. I want an E in the chat from everyone. Starting from now, go, and then I'll press E when we get 10. 10 E's, then we'll go. And I'll press it.
Wow.
Here we go.
Does mine count?
Yeah, yours counts. Let's see. People are going to play along. It takes a while. There's a bit of delay. This card is refusing to open. Okay, that's not an E. Oh, there you go. E. Pickles. Pickles counts. There we go. Let's do it. Spooky time! Look at that. Dave knocked it out of the park with this lighting, didn't he? Like.
Oh yeah, it was so much fun being able to actually play in night mode. Because it wasn't something we were going to do, and then we just sort of like, why not?
Why not? And now it's like the full-on selling point of this version of the game. I mean, look at that. Look at the corkscrew. Just stunning. Literally feels like
it was something that we weren't going to do at all. Then we were sort of just doing little tidbits, and then because of Wicker Man needing lighting, it just sort of spread to the whole park, and then it was like, well, do more, and then do more and more, and then it's like, well, let's do whole Halloween, and
yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun to work.
This is what I was saying in that vlog. Like, you know it's Scarefest when you can hear these generators. Like,
oh yeah.
For the generator, and they were lighting them up as well. They were firing them up as we were sat by. I was at Costa next to Nemesis, and you could see the teams walking down to start them all up, and you could just see the lights coming on one by one towards us as we sat down because they were turning them on. It was like when they turn the illuminations on, it just goes up the prom. That's kind of what it was like when we sat there. It was so cool. It was really cool. So yeah, guys, if you are just tuning in and you are new to CoasterGen, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and follow us on our socials. The links are in the video description below. And even if you've never seen Virtual Towers online at night, this is going to blow you away. Look at that. That is a fiery mess that's happening over there. Wow. Yeah, that's not how I saw it in real life. I saw it pretty much pitch black with the flames going off and the tea lights on. That's how I saw it, but I didn't see it like this.
Yeah, I was so close to getting onto that day, the media day, because that was when I was doing the Channel 4 documentary. But because of the snow, it wasn't meant to open. Then it did open, and I wasn't there. And it was just like, so if I had gone, I would have ridden it on media day. And even more annoyingly, because me and Dave actually talked to John Wardley, he was there and said he would have got us into it to have ridden it with him.
Oh man!
And it was just like,
I don't normally swear on streams, but shit.
Yeah.
That is...
we could have done it, and it would have been great, and it would have been amazing. But we didn't.
Yeah, that is mad. So I'm guessing you've spoke to John Wardley then quite a bit.
Oh yeah, he's helped with the project.
Yeah, like he's had his input into it. I mean, I can imagine it's something he'd be really passionate about. To be fair, look at them flames. So good. And the fact that the screens, they're actually flames, not screens.
Oh yeah, stop the screens. We're doing it real. We've set fire to Wicker Man.
Set the whole thing on fire.
The wood and steel is on fire. I mean, the wood is on fire. This is what I like about. I mean, if you were just to shoot a movie and just walk down this hallway, this way here, like, I mean, just look at that. That is just like, you'll see it in a minute, but that is. You could literally use the Wicker Man queue line as a horror maze.
Oh yeah, I mean that's sort of like a precursor to what we could do. Just the lighting, because the way Unreal works with lighting is you either have nothing, and every light is light, or you start with the sun, and you have to try and make it dark. That way round is much harder. But if you start with nothing and only use light, it's so much easier and so much more fun, because it's how you put the light is there, that's what you want it to be. We can do anything. It's a lot harder though with the daylight, trying to make things dark. We still haven't cracked it fully. Sort of there's a lot of cheats and sort of hacky workarounds to try and make it do what we want.
At least it's not like Planet Coaster where you have to like build underground. That is so annoying. I tried to do dark rides so many times in Planet Coaster, and it's like, nope, you can see light from every single, like, the roofs don't work as a roof. They don't. It's stupid, man. Like, even in Unreal, I'd imagine you'd have to put layer upon layer upon layer, and like have a blocking light layer or something over a roof or something. I don't know how it would work, to be fair. How does it work? Simplified.
Well, if you start with nothing and only put light in, you have no light. There is no illumination of any description.
Yeah.
And then wherever you put a light source, it has its own attributes, and you can mess around and do whatever you want. If you start with light, you have a sort of a global light source, which would be the sun, and that basically creates light everywhere. It bounces all directions, but you still have a directional light as a sun source, which creates sort of the position of shadows. It's the combination of the two lights which give you shadow where there are shadows and illumination everywhere.
Yeah.
That's where ray tracing and Unreal 5 change things, because you'd only have one sunlight, the sun, where that light acts as the same light as if there was no light.
Yeah. Okay.
Wherever that light is, bounces.
Got you.
If it hits something, it's lit. If it can't hit it, it's dark.
It's not lit.
And sort of that's where ray tracing comes in. That it literally follows the path of a photon.
Oh my god, I'm gonna need like a 3090 to run this on ray tracing.
Oh no! We've tried ray tracing. It doesn't work.
Oh, does it work?
No.
No.
It just dies.
Oh.
It doesn't like do anything. It just gives out.
No, give up.
But when Unreal 5 comes out, that is going to have a much better lighting engine, sort of directly built in that isn't ray tracing, so you don't have to have an RTX card.
I see.
Like ray tracing.
Yeah, I see.
And it also reduces the need for LODs on models. It reduces the need for light maps and UV maps. It speeds everything up. It speeds the process of building up. We can't wait till that gets released, but that's not till like late next year.
Yeah.
But when that comes out, we're going to move everything over to it, and it will hopefully speed everything up and make it look even better.
I don't know how you can make it look better, but fair enough. If it can, I don't know. There's a tough show to follow. It's a tough act to follow that one. But I mean,
a lot of it will be sort of the optimization process.
Yes.
Because like the demos that they showed when they showed the
statues, weren't they? They showed statues.
Yeah.
And there was like a million of them or something.
Yeah, like a room containing over 1 billion poly running at 60 FPS with dynamic lighting. Yeah, it wouldn't work now, but it will work then. And that's what we're waiting for.
I didn't actually realise you could get in the op booth for Wicker Man.
There's not a lot in there though. It's all.
No, I didn't think you could get in. Yeah, but that's such a cool angle to see it at. Oh,
although the lighting, right. So with the whole control booth, you can actually see where one of the hacks is.
Yes.
In the station, there's a lighting, a post-process volume that basically, when you're inside of it, makes everything dark. But the problem with post-processing, it doesn't work if you're not in it. When you're outside of it, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you end up with that weird effect, that way it goes bright even though it shouldn't be.
Just imagine, man, if you had the op booth here, you got a controller in your hand and you're like, right, open the gates, people get on who are online, guests get on who are online, and you're operating. Oh, I can just vision it now, like actual players getting on the ride now. That is just mental to even think about that. One day, let's hope.
Oh, it will happen. It just, we don't know when.
Sometime in the hopefully not too distant future.
Yeah, definitely. And if
let's
you
just say between
you guys...
1 and 50. Yeah, somewhere between there. Between 1 and 50 years, it'll be done.
1 and 50 years, yeah. So if you guys do want to help support the team, there are links in the video description where you can go and donate to Virtual Towers team, and you can help them get assets and all kinds of things that they need to build the game. And you can also get yourself in Wicker Runes. I think we're somewhere where we are. I checked what ours began with. I can't remember now. I can't remember where it is. We are there.
Well, the easiest way to find it is because of it being, you know how many letters are in each word.
Yeah.
You can sort of look at one with 3 letters on a second word. We do have a list somewhere that does actually have them all on, but I don't know where that is at the moment.
We definitely are there. I've seen.
Are you near the bottom of them, I think, maybe?
Oh, hang on, yeah, there's another bit here. Oh, forgot when you get to thingy. That'll be us there. CoasterGen. I think it's that one. I think it's that one. Oh, that one maybe? CoasterGen. I think it's that one. That one there. And if you want to turn the torch on, guys, by the way, when you're in night mode, you just press 1 on your keyboard. And you turn the torch on.
Yeah, that was fun to play around with the torch. Just like, because you can't ever just take a torch to the park, but you can't.
No.
Because we've obviously made it unhealth and safely dark.
Yeah.
It's just more fun.
Yeah, the unhealth and safety. Yeah, you know what? I've never actually thought about the aspect of the lighting in towers, but it has to be health and safety standard, doesn't it? It would have to be for them to open. Saying that though, some of the rides this year were very, very dark. Very dark. Wicker Man, for example, was very dark. But when the flames went off, because they were working perfectly, it just lit the whole sky up. It was it was really cool. It was really cool. But this has promise.
That must have worked so well.
Beautiful. That used to be our end screen. The lighting effect show there. What Dave did.
Yeah, they were interesting to make as well, because it's the way they work is really strange, because you don't actually control the head, you control where the beam is pointing.
Oh, okay.
So there's like this in the blueprint there, you've got the base, you've got the arm, you've got the head, but then you've also got this extra bit that is basically tethered to where the beam is going to go, and then that's what you move to tell it the rest of it to bend. Like it sort of rotates the base and rotates the head and the arm and everything, and that tells the beam where to go.
Yeah.
So when you're programming it, it's kind of weird because you're not programming what you'd think you'd program. You're programming where the beam will go rather than where the beam is coming from.
Yeah, I mean that. So to keyframe that, you'd have to move the beam, keyframe it out, move the beam, keyframe it out. I imagine to make it move, like in a motion.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, the way we managed to get them to work is we put in what's called a rotator into the blueprint that rotates whatever's connected to that blueprint in itself around the center point. So if you move the bit that controls the beam out from the center and allow it to rotate around the center point, that is what creates the rotating motion. And then it's just a different speed set on each one that creates these really cool sort of effects.
Yeah, now we're in the towers. I do remember my way around. I have just filmed in here for the last week. Should remember my way around. You'd think. It's just so... Oh, I'm on the roof. Alright, here's the roof view. So that's where I got the shot from the... Remember that shot? I literally just did that. So I went into cinematic mode with that LUT on. And then pressed the torch. Then put glitch effect on Premiere Pro. And that's how I got that effect. For the... And the idea behind... If you've not seen it, guys, make sure you check it out. The story, the Tale of the Towers. The idea is when it looks up, so when the figure is down there moving a torch around the towers, it stops at certain points and then you're being stalked from the certain points. And the windows that I stop at are actually the stairs behind them windows are where the stairs are in that shot as well. So it's been thought out that way, so it's like you're being stalked around the towers. And yeah, every point where the torch stops, if you watch it back, the next shots, the stairs are behind the windows. So I think this was one of them. Yeah, I think it was. Which was just a really cool way of like moving you around, because obviously there's no NPCs or anything. So it was literally I had to try and somehow get you moved around the towers by using that method. think we're near the.
My stream has only just left the roof.
Has it?
Yeah.
Behind, yeah. But I just love wandering around.
I refreshed it and tried to click live, and
like
it's just
even just like I'm just getting lost. You know, can you go in subspecies? No, you can't. The boiler rooms are there, though, aren't they? The boiler rooms are there.
You can go in the pathway of subspecies.
Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. So this is where the little girl. Yeah, you can hear it now. She runs around and then she gets right up to you. Does it? I figured out that even if you stood here, it'll run right up to you.
Yeah.
And breathe behind you. Is that set up? Yeah.
No, that's the way it works is a trigger box on a speaker.
Ah.
And then sort of where the speaker is because of attenuation. If you stop in the exact right point, you probably get the loudest effect. But it will always be behind you because like the way the sound is always, it plays just in a volume.
Yeah.
So it will always be around you, but if you go to the loudest point, I suppose it would be the most spooky.
It definitely is spooky. Definitely. I encourage you guys to just walk around the towers just really slowly. Like just like this. And maybe even turn the lights off. And just walk around it.
If you don't want to sleep that night.
Yeah, and here's the entrance where it was, isn't it? This is where it was, the entranceway, I believe, with the boiler room doors.
For subspecies?
Yeah, was it? Is that what it was?
No, the boiler room doors were for an older maze. They've been in there for ages.
Have they?
The actual entrance to subspecies, when you walk in and were down the bottom, you went through. Where was it? 'Cause you went into there, and then there was a passageway where there's 3 doors.
Okay.
And it was when you were stood by a section where it had 3 doors, it was like at that point you got dragged backwards. I think the actual use of the passageway that it was used was one that isn't normally open.
Right.
Because I think it's when you go in, you go past this boiler room down the stairs, and then you turn right. I think it's there, and I think there's like a small section where you can see the 3 doors. And then that's sort of where it took you. I've never really sort of followed the entire layout properly. But
no,
I think that's the fun of it, isn't it?
Yeah. That's yeah. I believe it is. Like, oh, we're near the kitchen. We're near the heartbeats. I'm just gonna abandon ship and just go up here and then out. I believe. Yeah, I'm at the attic. There we go. So yeah, just want to show you guys this shot out this window as well. Like that is just stunning, absolutely stunning.
Yeah, right. It's really nice looking over the lawns, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like even during, like I remember getting in there during the day and getting on the roof and just watching the Smiler go over the drop, and I was like, how? It just looks so real. Like that's what I kept on telling myself. This is, you know, at the end of the day, it's as it stands at the moment, it's a very, 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 very detailed model of Alton Towers with the ability to ride the rides. I mean, when you start putting the game aspects into it, like that you've been talking about and stuff, it's just
definitely.
It's just going to be another beast. Speaking of beasts, let's go and see one, shall we?
So, Peter, which area are you guys currently at work at in developing? Is it over by Nemesis and Galactica at the moment?
So the way I'm sort of working out at the moment is we were going to sort of take the pathway through into Katanga Canyon, go round Gloomy Wood sort of area, go through sort of up into Haunted Hollow, sort of go through all of that area, then you can double back and stuff. but kind of got bored. Like, I still don't know how I'm going to do Katanga Canyon. Don't know how we're going to do the rapids.
I mean, doing the rapids, I think you could just do it where it could be like the last thing you do. So maybe you learn on the way from doing other things to do it. But obviously, you could just have the rapids going around on a shoot path, right? Looking like the bobbing along the water. Like, because we did a long time ago, I did a log flume in No Limits, and we used the Gerstlauer coaster, and we just altered the track so it moved up and down in sections and left and right.
That is one of the ways we have thought about it, and then technically we can we already know how to do spinning of the boats because of obviously Spinball.
Yeah.
So the boats would rotate as they're going round as well. And then what we also thought about doing is if we made it where the track slightly goes a bit wider, have it so there's like two paths. So one boat might go one way and one boat goes the other, so it looks more random.
Yeah.
And then sort of like another section where it goes different way again and things like that. And then it's also sort of making sure the water looks good, making sure it has the actual rapid section.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that we're just really unsure how to tackle. So it's kind of getting...
Is there no way you can... So have you ever come across this problem before where you've not had a workaround for anything within Virtual Towers? Have you always had a pretty good straight path towards the development so far? Or have you actually had to reach out to people within Unreal and say, look, how we're going to do this? Or is there a certain way we can do this? Or
yeah, definitely. There have been some very challenging ways around stuff. Even getting the coasters to work was an absolute nightmare.
I can imagine.
To begin with, because like, okay, there are some plugins that kind of work in Unreal that allow you to build coasters, work on the physics, but they just don't work right, or the models are really naff and the quality isn't there.
Yeah.
And we always wanted to use them from No Limits because it's such a good coaster building engine, but it suffers when you try and do other things with it.
Yeah.
Like
but
then
even the spine export isn't perfect that you can use in No Limits. Like if you put it into SketchUp, that can still be a pain in the butt.
Well, I mean that's what we use. We do use the spline export, but it doesn't go straight to SketchUp. We go through Cinema 4D, and we actually got someone. Well, I got someone to help write an actual plugin that we are the only ones that have that allow the spline generation to work properly, and then also allow us to. He built another section to it that allows us to generate the animations from No Limits.
So essentially, you could build anything in No Limits and then whack it into Unreal Engine. Maybe not into Alton Towers, but you could whack it into an Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
Wow.
We can put any coaster that's designed in No Limits into Unreal.
Oh my god! Can you imagine seeing my
My mind
Giga
is
coaster?
Just screaming New Gen Blitz to replace Rhea.
Yeah, no, literally, my mind is saying I want to see my Giga coaster that I made Apollo in Unreal Engine. that would be something.
I mean, when we first sort of worked out how to get coasters to work, the process for it was just astronomically complicated. And now I can do it I can get a coaster in Unreal from No Limits running within less than a couple of hours.
Wow.
As long as we've got the model of the track, like a style generated and a car generated, it can be done within like a few minutes. It is doable.
That's insane.
That's amazing.
Wow. Okay, so what have we got in here? We've got B&M with Oblivion. We've got Ghost Towers. Alright. Coming soon to CoasterGen, the first Unreal generated no limits coasters.
But with that, we have always thought of another side to VTO that is, what if this ride was replaced? What would go here?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of what, like, just quote unquote what if things that you can incorporate into.
I mean, we've always thought like you were saying about take away Rita, put something in its place.
Yeah.
We could technically push that as an update. People could play it,
Because
then we can revert it, and then put a different one in.
Yeah.
And revert it, and then be like, so, which ride was better?
Yeah. People love having those conversations as well.
Yeah,
just
man.
About, like, what a tower's going to get rid of next.
Yeah. Or
what would you do with XYZ area?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like for me, I've always wanted to replace Blade with a discus, a massive Huss one.
A gyro swing.
Yeah. Massive one. You could do it because it would still be in a valley.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't actually go above tree line that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you could even hang it off. Oh my god. Do you know where the path goes at the back of the Skyride? So the Skyride entrance to Forbidden Valley, where the toilets are, that path that goes down, it goes to the right, doesn't it? If you got one that went to the left and you hung one of them off the edge, over the gardens, like over the valley, how cool would that be? A bit like Liseberg's version of it. The way Liseberg did it. With there. That would be awesome.
Dave in the chat just said put corkscrew in place of Rhea.
I mean, corkscrew brand new would be freaking amazing to ride.
That actually just made me think, what about just previous and past attractions in general? So you could replace all of Dark Forest with Ugland, maybe.
Well, that's always also been a massive idea that we would have, that you'd be able to...
Oh my god, to ride Bone Shaker again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, with...
Get submission back in X Sector.
Look at the construction site. Funny story about Bone Shaker. I actually messaged the manufacturers of it, and they sent me the plans.
Oh wow, nice.
Well, there you go.
They actually said, because it's a model of a ride called a Supernova that is just, it's not manufactured anymore. They were like, yeah, okay, here you go. I mean, you can't really do much with them because they're just old plans. We don't build the ride anymore, so there you go. And
okay,
we have
coming to
already
CoasterGen next year, the next gen Supernova models. Coming to a theme park near you.
And it has already worked in Unreal.
Oh, nice.
I actually built, what are those? You know when you have those weird omni-movable joints, those things that allow you to rotate both directions at the same time?
Yeah.
I actually had to create one out of physics joints to make this work, and it did. It actually worked how you think one should work. It was so cool to play with. We had we basically had a physics day. So we built...
Did you have a team bonding exercise?
But
Just take you back to year 10 physics real quick.
Yeah. It was literally like that, because we built Bone Shaker, or Energizer. We built Dino Dancer, or a proper name is obviously a break dance. We also built something else that has some form of physics motion. I
completely forgot that Bone Shaker used to be Energizer.
But it's been a great laugh working with all of them stuff.
Hello, Dave, in the chat. We're just admiring your lighting work, man. So yeah, but I mean, even if you can't do that, it's still amazing for doing cinematic shots like that. Like that just looked like it was on a jib.
Oh yeah, it's because of the collision with the fencing, you know, where the autofocus freaks out and all you see is fence.
Yeah. Oh, it worked. Oh, it changed. That's a nice shot. I'm waiting for the train for that. That's a great shot. But yeah, no, it's been really cool to have you on here and just talk about, you know, how everything's getting on and how things are made. It just gives us a really big insight into how. Because I mean, you look at this and you play things like Planet Coaster, you play things like No Limits, and you think, oh, I could do that. I could do a park. I could build towers, and you know, even Parkitect to that extent. And then you just get into Unreal Engine, and you're like, yeah, no, this is
Yeah.
this is not drop and place. This is not scenery from SketchUp warehouse. This is made. Everything is
drag and
made.
drop job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get anything for free.
No.
It's very, very time consuming.
And you guys have got some new merch as well, haven't you, on your store at the moment?
Yes, yeah, we've sort of put in a few extra bits and pieces. There's still there's a bit of a dispute that we're trying to work out with another manufacturer for I think it was for pin badges.
Oh, nice.
But they're being a bit iffy on some aspects. Due to thinking something is more than what it is.
Oh,
so we can't. They
guess.
won't.
Yeah.
They won't make it.
Oh.
So we're
eBay's great for that. eBay's good for that. Just get on eBay, send some orders out. I'm sure you'll get them in the next 40 weeks or something. It'll be fine. AliExpress it. You know, there's ways around these things.
There are ways around it.
Yeah, there's ways around everything. But in just so make sure you check that out. I think I'm gonna, like I said to you the other night, I think I'm gonna grab that hoodie because it's really cool, and it's I like to represent as well when I'm out and about. So. Oh
yeah, it's interesting getting to see people actually. Sort of shows that there are people that are following us and helping us, because obviously we are doing it for free. We don't gain any money from it, so all the support is just donations, and it's nice to feel people are behind us.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, even like just doing little streams like this just to update people on, you know, like, you know, stuff is still going on, even though there might not be any physical updates to the game. There is always things going on in the background, and just to prove that point. Yeah. Speaking of which,
I think that's a good segue to sort of say that. For a first time look at what I've been working on for the past couple of days, because I've had a bit more free time and a bit more calming headspace.
Yes. So we'll let Spinball finish, and then when you start showing your screen on Discord, we will show the world a first look at what you've been working on. That spin off that last brake run is so good. I wish you got that spin in real life. Like,
yeah, that I know exactly what's causing that. There's a slight collision issue.
Just yeeting you around everywhere.
Yeah, you should have seen some of the other collisions that were causing crazy spins.
What did you do? Just send it round a million times just to see what the difference was in spins? Just like
essentially, yeah, because it's just all it takes is one slight collision box to be a little too big, and it's just like, nah, I don't want to work now. So like, there's a couple of support. There's actually still a support in the way as well. It's like a 1 in a million chance that it gets hit. But it does actually hit it. And there was one of the worst one was under the horseshoe. The support always hit the car, and it would spin it like mad. And I just had to sort of keep moving it. Oh, right, it doesn't hit anymore. Oh, it still hits it.
Okay, so we've got stream on there. Let me just put this on the main screen. Full screen. Go over to this. Turn game capture off. And now display capture. And there we go. You have the floor, Pete. All up to you, mate.
Oh, there we go. So hopefully people will be excited to see the bit more progress of what's going on.
Yes.
If you've been sort of watching on Facebook and also on the Discord server, I've shared a couple of pictures of sort of the start of Forbidden Valley and the sort of the pathway going past Jewel and everything.
Yeah.
So now we get to see it sort of in real time. Hopefully, people will appreciate the work that's sort of started to go on. Obviously, it's still very, very early. There's not a massive amount that has been done, but so when you sort of think, just even this small area, when you think how much has to be done, so you've got all the rocks again, all the foliage, all the walls, but then you sort of see, there's a giant gaping hole, and you get to see under the wall.
Well, it's just like that anyway. You just can't see beyond it in real life. Like there's just a giant hole there. But
then
like one of the things that really impressed me I saw this just pre-stream, and the massive steep pathway to the toilets that's by Jewel over there. Look at that, it's even in. There's the steep pathway. Just needs more moss on it and you'll fall on your ass on it. It's just crazy detail, crazy. And like we were saying before about the foliage as well, the way it's all placed, it's hand placed, and it just, the rotations of the trees, the rotations of the bushes, and it's just all perfect to how it is. Like that's how you get the feel, right, of how. It takes sort of a lot of Google Earth, sort of Street View, and endless amount of photos. It's just a case of looking, re-looking, then placing something, thinking, that doesn't look quite right, place something else. Like even the trees, there might be like 5 different types of the exact same tree, but they're ever so slightly different. So it's a case of choosing the right tree for the spot. So like say it's got a slightly different shaped canopy or slightly different shaped trunk, but then you can do scaling to change that again to make it look even more right.
That's insane.
Or changing of materials. So say for example,
cheeky look through the fence there, Pete. I saw that.
Just sort of seeing through.
Cheeky look there. Careful.
But like all the different like rocks, for example, there aren't that many different rocks. But changing the scale or changing the texture on it, changing the color of the texture, gives you a whole different look of a completely different asset. But it's not. It's cheating, but it's all game development is done the same way. When you sort of start looking, if you start looking in games, sort of noticing bits and pieces, you can always see unfinished things. Oh wait, but then that is also like, say you want like an in-depth view of how we start things. How do we get a tree in the right place? Well, it's on the plans. There's a tree there. There's a plan. We put a tree there. So it's like you can actually see on the plans. Oh, okay, that one's in the wrong place. Now it's in the right place. That's literally what we have to do.
So are they plans from the planning permission then? Is that what they're from? Oh wow.
Yeah.
So they're all publicly available?
Yeah, these are all publicly available plans. And we sort of have different plans for different areas. So say we go over
Dave's
this way.
watching this like, no, Pete, stop. I think Dave's like, come on, let's get in Forbidden Valley, let's get it done. Let's get Galactica out.
Oh no,
there.
we all want to get over there.
He's saying in the chat that you guys have been itching to get over there since.
Yeah. Oh no, we have done. But we always thought we really should do it chronologically, but now it's just like, sod it, can't be honest.
I know, seriously, like because you've got like, you know, you've got in the background there most of the Nemesis and Galactica are in there, so I mean it makes sense if that area's done. Just do a simple shoot path all the way over to there. And I mean look at the size of that map, guys. It's massive.
Yeah. Huge. All of the landscape is hand modeled. There's no sort of cheating using what Unreal has built in. There is a landscape tool that's quite easy to use ish, but if you want it accurate, we literally have to draw from plan all of the vertical lines. So if I go under sort of where we're working now, you can actually see all of those lines are what are drawn from the plan upwards with a height data point. and then they're all triangulated into an actual mesh. So, I
mean, what's incredible about this project is like, you've got literally the resort. You don't just have the theme park, you've got the resort in there.
Oh yeah. Like all the car park is there, all the hotels will eventually be there.
I've been all the way across that car park. That took a very long time to get there. There's one bit you can't go through because obviously some of it isn't modeled from underneath with the height data, so you just drop off. But I found the way to get pretty close. I got pretty close to it in one of the early builds, and I was just looking around, like, because obviously nothing's there like what you've got there. It's just blank.
When the game actually runs, all of this just gets disappeared. But it's all there. We just have to load it in. Like even all the decals on the road, with all of them are in. So it's like eventually you will have to come all the way down the entire resort pathway to get to the back of the hotel, and it's all there. The whole path is there.
Yeah, and that's what impressed me. Like
all the way through.
Yeah, literally. I said that's like I was saying before. Like you've even got north and south. I believe you got the north and south.
Yeah,
you have. Yeah.
Oh wow,
so cool.
Even though we always go on the south when we go north. It's
When we go north, when we go south. Yeah, it's easier.
It's making me want to go back to towers.
I mean, look at it. I mean, just look at that though. From there, if you look to the right, ignore what's on the left, but you just feel like you're driving into towers. Like
This is making me want to do that drive again.
Yeah. Well, hopefully on the 15th we can go, man, and get that vlog out. It's gonna be awesome if we do that. That's gonna be such a good day if we can do that.
Finally,
I fell off the edge of the map earlier, and the scream and respawn freaked me out.
Well, don't fall off the edge of the map then.
Yeah, don't do that. Stick within the grounds, and you won't get the scream. The scream is pretty loud, actually. When you first hear it, it's pretty bad. Yeah. And the fire thing there for Wicker Man.
Yeah, you can see sort of this is what happens if you've got a couple of landscapes sort of going over each other.
Yeah, it's like it happens in No Limits when you've got like two objects that are close to the ground. It just starts flickering.
Yeah,
weird.
It's literally because you've got that plan and that plan not quite married up properly, so you sort of have to just cut them away and then rejoin them back together so you don't get that. Because there obviously are lots and lots of different lumps like that, but you wouldn't notice because they're literally pinpointed together. So like here, for example, that's one mesh there, and then that's the next mesh. Literally lines up. And
does Unreal have a tool for that, so it snaps, or do you have to just place it there itself?
Because we build everything in SketchUp, we literally have a park file that is the entire park, which in SketchUp terms is not good. I mean, the file size is I think coming up to nearly 2 gig for a SketchUp file,
which is massive SketchUp file.
Like I was working in it earlier, and just the SketchUp alone was using 18 gig of RAM.
Oh my god!
Oh my days! So yeah, don't complain when your machine doesn't run it properly, guys. Just imagine how they feel trying to build it.
Yeah, I mean,
guessing a few cups of teas have been made while you've loaded up SketchUp in the past. Then just like whack the kettle on, go for a brew, come back, and then it's on.
I mean, it's the load time isn't that bad. It's trying to do anything because it will literally like you try and move it and you'll get something new in view, and it'll be like, oh, I've not loaded this before. Give me a minute. Oh right, that's what that is now. And then you move again. It's like, oh, that's something new again. And it's just like, oh come on, just let me do some work. And eventually it catches up. But still takes a long time.
How is Dark Forest coming on? Have you not gone over that way? Yeah, I know you put the Rita station. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
got the sign.
Yeah, it looks good.
All with hand painted ivy.
It looks really good.
I like that. I like the lettering of the actual sign itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out really nice. We still need to get that that sort of like tree and a few vines things. We've got a very low res version of it, but it just wasn't really good enough. It needs to be sort of retraced and recreated. That's sort of why we haven't really done much over here.
Skyride looks really good.
It does. Yeah.
Like the Skyride station I quite enjoyed doing. That was fun.
Yeah, I got stuck in there because the version that I had, you was actually able to get round somehow to Dark Forest. I won't tell people how to do it, but you can do it. And I got in there, and I wish I'd never got in there because then I had to restart the game because there was a block that I couldn't jump over. I was trying to trick the game to do it in Ansel, but it didn't work either. So just kind of. Like it's just really cool to see. Oh, you got some benches in and trees and stuff over there, though.
Yeah, so that started to be sort of padded out behind the wall.
That was really nice. So, are you? Is there plans to do the dungeons as well, or maybe if you get the Scare Maze thing done, maybe it might be easier to do the dungeons after that's done, like because you'll have a very easy way of doing it. Really, I think.
The problem with the dungeons is it's entirely story driven, and it's an actual sort of direct IP.
Yeah.
Plus, it's kind of naff.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It probably doesn't really belong in this game. No, to be fair, I don't think
because it requires so much narration, and if you want it to be accurate, you'd have to actually get the narration. You're not going to get it. It's if anything, we would probably put a particular ride back.
Well, like Charlie.
Just to go into the chat real quick, like
David's
talking about. I think you guys' relationship with Merlin, or lack of one, maybe, was brought up, and it was just saying that how he doesn't think Merlin or Towers are really bothered about what you guys are doing, which is kind of sad, but also kind of just interesting to think about, just why they haven't like been receptive to this whole project, because I think this is something that they could really capitalize on in some way. Yeah. If that was ever you guys' intention at all or not.
I mean, we've always wanted to work with Towers because then we'd be able to get certain bits and pieces that we just can't get. But they are they're not saying don't do it, but they're also not helping us do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, which is it? Do you want us to do it or do you not want us to do it? But they're not on either side. They're just like, well, get on with it, but you can't have this. You can't have that. But you can carry on. But
they're just kind of being annoyingly indifferent about it.
Or maybe they just don't understand what they can do with it.
Yeah.
Because it's so out there. It's like, well, what do we do with this?
Like, I know what they could do with it.
This could be such a marketable asset to them.
But not even that, though, Mikhail. I know what they could do with this. If you present them a 3D plan, they can then start sending it out to people they work with, build the next Intamin coaster over here, build the next log flume over here, build the next
that's what we've always
over here.
Yeah, that's what we've always thought, that it would be literally a planning asset. That what better way to plan than having an actual plan of everything.
Yeah.
And we've always gone to the level of, as long as it's within about 0.5 meter accuracy.
Yeah.
That's what we've gone for.
I mean, you've got to
because speed up so much creative processes for them as well.
There's accuracy though, Pete, and then there's things actually working as well. So like in terms of a game standpoint, you don't want to be colliding with objects. You don't want to be colliding with different things just because it's there. True. You want to be able to experience what is put in front of you without any...
that's our biggest battle, trying to balance what is essentially an architectural visualization of the park and a game, because it's very hard to have both and run well.
Yeah.
And have everything in it. that people want and also actually be able to do it. And yeah, it's definitely a challenge finding the balance, which is why we've got a lot of what we want gameplay wise hasn't been put in.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's never been textured under there.
But I mean, no, you just spotted a bit there that needs touching up.
Yeah, it's just
But,
like the hedge disappears.
I forgot what I was going to say now. I was going to say something. Yeah, so like what you have now though, with what Alfie, oh, that's a stunning shot.
I love that shot. I took about 20 shots of that.
What you have now, Alpha. Could you not put some game aspects in now with what you've got modeled out, and then in the background work on the modeling of the different areas just to, move the pace along of the actual gameplay aspect? So you can only have gameplay between Tower Street, X Sector, and Mutiny Bay, for example. Then beyond that, obviously, it's until you've done it. But I mean, have you tried any of the game aspects in the background? Like, have you tried having the staff mode and stuff like that going on?
Well, we have got not so much the staff mode, but we've sort of developed a little bit of the player mode where you have an inventory, you have money, you have to buy your ticket to be able to go through the turnstiles. You can buy food in the shops. If you buy a season pass, it does give you a discount on the food in the shops.
That's crazy. That's so good.
That's sort of about as far as we managed to sort of get it.
Yeah.
But it was built there. It has been sort of trialed. But it's a case of trying to work out the best way to integrate everything that we want to put in.
Yeah.
Like, we need to find a good base game mode that allows for all the whole inventory system is a whole thing on its own. Like, how do you sort it? How do you display it? How do you get things in and out of it? Do you have hands, pockets? Do you just have a backpack? If you have both, how do you do it? And sort of different pieces like that we're trialing. We have sort of got a couple of different game mode assets that allow us to sort of plonk in, and then you have to build everything out from it, which is kind of why we're not doing it, because if we don't like it, we put loads of work in for a method that might not work with another one.
Right, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So it's sort of it's a really sort of, I don't know, it's a very difficult question to answer because we can't answer it ourselves how we're doing it.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, for some of the game mode ideas I've had, one of them, actually, I was just thinking about it the other night. I play a game called House Flipper, and you can go into different aspects of things. Like, you have to turn the screws and stuff to connect the radiators to the wall and stuff like that. It's really cool. And to be able to like walk around the Wicker Man and see like a loose bolt, just pull out a torque wrench, like just checking rides and things like that would be so cool, man.
Well, again, it's something that we've thought about. That if you've ever played like Car Mechanic.
Yes, exactly. It's the same mechanics as House Flipper.
Yeah, but on a coaster car.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Like, you could go into the storage, strip it down.
Strip it all the way down and then rebuild it for maintenance mode.
Yeah, that would be the first proper, because you've got that theme park, whatever it is, thing coming out soon where you can do stuff like that.
But if you could turn control panels of rides into maintenance mode as well from operator mode.
Yeah.
How about that?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, let's not talk about what happens when rides get put in maintenance mode. And the fact that the coding on that would be astronomically more complex than it already is.
Yeah, I imagine it would.
It's all right at the moment where we're making a ride essentially autonomous, because it's a case of if you set it going, it knows where a block section is, it runs. But as soon as you start introducing other things, that's when, for example, like every now and again, people have said that Smiler's cars go through each other or Oblivion just randomly stops.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of that kind of stuff that, like, say, for example, people always say, like, oh, there can't be that much going on. How hard can it be? Well, for example, that's 2 pages is just Smiler running.
Look at that, guys.
I mean, when you sort of go into it, you've got all the steam jets, you've got the dispatching of the gates, you've got all that's just for the station. Then you've got that for just the block 1, lift, block 3, block 2. You've got all of that, and that's just one ride. And you've got 2 pages to deal with it. All of that, that's just getting on the ride.
Oh, God.
That is literally how the person can choose which seat it goes on and then which one it displays to board and exit. And then you've got sort of like, that is all just sort of like X Sector. Because this is why Oblivion needs a rewrite. Because you've got Enterprise, you've got Oblivion, you've got all the harnesses, you've got the POV system for Oblivion is all of that. You've got the CCTV of Smiler, you've got more CCTV, you've got the audio of Oblivion, you've got the videos inside X Sector, you've got more. Oh, there you go. That's the monorail is in X Sector because we were working in X Sector at the time for some reason. But the audio of Smiler, that is running in just one blueprint. All the time, and you've got that in you've got all of the different things doing all of that stuff all at the same time.
Yeah, while you're not there either as well, which is crazy. Once you've set the ride off, it carries on going. Which is mental to think you could be over by Nemesis and Smiler's still going off. Like,
there's a lot of stuff that needs a hell of a lot of optimizing. But then you've also got to think that how optimized can a ride's computer system be when it takes a whole room under the ride to run it?
Yeah, exactly.
And we're trying to compress all of that on how many coasters are there in towers, all running on a normal PC?
Yeah. That's a lot.
Not the easiest thing in the world.
No, not really.
Not at all.
But there are definitely some hidden Easter eggs as well for people that try and find them things when everything's opened.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot more still to do. So, I love that view though.
This is awesome, man. So good. It's so good. Like so Dave was just saying, Dave was just saying in the chat, like, we hope that everybody's got the back of the project if anything happens. It's like, yes, 100%, like all the way. Like, because it just makes no sense for anybody to really try and stop this. Because at the end of the day, it's a model. And it's a game, so what's the... Unless they're going to do it, I don't see why you would have any problems. Like, seriously. Here's to the next 10 years.
Like you mentioned, Peter, it's not like you guys are making any money at their expense or anything.
No, it's not.
No, we aren't selling the game. We aren't selling what we make. We've made money by selling our time and the fact that we're putting our time into this for nothing. Obviously, it costs something. You've got all the computer systems, all of the time taken to model everything, all the research, all the storage of everything, cameras, photos, video. I mean, we've even got some 3D scans of stuff. We actually had like a handheld 3D scanner. To do a couple of assets, but it's all time and it's all free time as well. It's not a full-time job. We all
Yes.
have full-time jobs, and we all have life, and that's another reason why everything takes a lot longer than it should. The only reason we're anywhere near where we are is solely because of lockdown.
Yeah.
Everything will go back to the slow progress that it used to be. Which technically isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just it takes longer.
Yeah, it takes longer, but also the fact that you guys have been going at this for so many years now. I mean, it started from RCT, like you said in the podcast that we did, and
I mean, I started over 8 years ago doing it.
Right,
as just a mod of RCT with Nemesis.
Yeah.
And then it was like, hey, let's restart in No Limits. And then it's like, hey, let's restart in Unreal, which is even harder.
So is the RCT version out there somewhere? Have you got it?
I have a version somewhere.
I would love to see that. That would be awesome.
I mean, do I have RCT installed technically with all the mods? Did it ever actually? Let's see. If I look in,
we can't see any of the text, by the way, so it's fine. You've got on there.
Oh yeah, no, the 4K streaming, yay! Yeah, it doesn't display very well. See if my stuff is in here.
You've got so many files. That's crazy.
Let's see if Nemesis.
Did you ever see how far we got with the NL2 version, Dave? No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did see how far you got with the NL2 version. No, I don't think I ever did.
Oh yeah, we did get kind of a long way of. So we got quite a distance of it.
If you ask nicely, play Koala. I don't know. It's not up to me. It's up to Pete. It's up to the devs.
Look around Nemesis and Galactica. I suppose we can do. I mean, we're over here.
Oh, well.
I'm still looking for the RCT stuff. Do I have it in here? Oh yeah, because I used to run under Real Tycoon.
I would love to see this if you've got it in Tycoon. Cool. Like, that's gonna blow me away, and it's gonna make me want to load up Tycoon again.
Let's see if it's in. Is it in my saved? If it's in my save files of game.
How many hard drives you've got?
Oh yeah, there's a lot. Where's RCT games?
I'm moving over to M.2 soon. I'm fed up of hard drives. SSD.
Oh yeah, all of those there. They are all SSDs and NVMe's. I don't actually have any normal hard drives in my PC.
No.
I just have 20 terabytes in my server. Where's RCT games stay?
Was it from which RCT was it?
Just normal old original RCT3.
RCT3?
Yeah.
Frontier?
No, it's Planet Coaster.
I'm sure it was Frontier that did.
You sure it wasn't Atari?
Atari.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Atari. Oh, why is it?
iGames? No. I don't know where it is. Is it saved under sort of app? Is it not in app data? Is it? Or was it?
Oh, it wouldn't have been back then. I don't think, unless you were using Steam at the time. I don't know. Atari. Yeah, it's definitely Atari. 20 terabytes. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I have 20 terabytes.
No, I don't.
It's between all my devices in my house, let alone my computer.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's on the server. My PC itself has 1, 2, 3, 4 terabytes, and they're all solid state ish. I'm gonna have to hunt for that because I'm not sure if I do have it or not. I think I do.
That would be.
I think
cool.
I've got the files for it.
That's going to keep you up tonight now, isn't it?
Sorry, P. I apologize.
I'm just curious now if I actually. I mean, I could just launch RCT. I don't have it on my games list. Not in my games list. That's really confusing me now. Right, let's go have a look at Nemesis and Galactica.
There we go. That's an easier thing to do. Oh my days.
God.
So all the track work is Dave stuff.
It's
problem with Nemesis is there are no plans. We cannot get any plan data for basically anything of the pit because it basically predates
the planning
digital.
Yeah.
Like there's obviously with Subterra there's like a bit of it.
Yeah.
With Air there's a bit of it.
Yeah.
But to try and line them up is just So it, like for example, this here at the moment, obviously you've got sort of like sections which aren't quite right because of the rock work that's faked where they should be, and the track work which might not be in 100% the right location, or the land is quite a little bit off. But then it's a case of sort of like, if we go with this land, that will be it.
Yes.
And then the track in No Limits will have to be nudged to match at least a couple of key points. And then the rest of the land will have to be built around the model.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like the model has to be there for the track to be built around the model afterwards.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because it really does make sense, because that would just be too much work to try and just do it. Like, just look at that turnaround, man. That just looks so. Oh.
So sort of like go up into the queue line and
the extended queue line. Yeah,
you get that view. Where
even just to the naked eye, it still looks.
It's spot on.
So accurate.
It's spot on. Look at the height difference between the turnaround and the top of the loop there. It's bang on what you see in real life.
It looks 1-to-1.
It really does. It looks so good.
Everyone's fanboying in the chat.
Yeah, they should be, and they should.
And I'm with them.
I hope this makes you guys feel better with everything that's going on in the world as well right now. Like, just seeing something give you something to look forward to in the future, and you can always check back on the stream and check out what you've missed if you've missed it, and you just check it in now. But like, this is just so awesome to see. Like,
so like, how many times do people take that photo?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably the most
biggest photograph at Towers?
Angle at Towers?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Probably is. Probably one of them, yeah.
Definitely top 3 or top 5.
But just trying to do... We have tried to do the station. I've got, again, I have got a version in No Limits. I made it to fit RCT so people could actually walk through everything. And it's sort of off because of that.
Right.
But it is there. It does exist. But we've got to redo it completely to match. And if anyone thinks what this cube is,
I think I know what it is.
Any guesses on the cube?
Oh well, yeah. Ask them in the chat. See what they say. I think I know what it is.
Cube.
Will this be available at the end of the stream? Fill it first. Yeah. All you need to do is just click the link you clicked to get back to the stream, and it'll be available. If it's not there on our YouTube channel, it will be there in 24 hours. It just takes time to process. But if you click the link on all our socials, or I'll drop a link in our community tab actually when we finish. You can just go there and just click it. Someone says the start of the ride, train. You've got a few answers coming in.
Well, I mean, it's not a train, it's a cube. I mean, it's obviously not a train, it's a cube. And, well, technically, yes, it is the starting point of the ride. I mean, that is the start. It is in the station.
I think I know what it is. I think it's the, is it the way you do the POV?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, if only I could remember how to activate it.
Oh, if only. Summon the powers, please, from someone.
I actually don't remember.
Dave, what's the key command? Dave, what's the key command?
It has a camera. It does have a camera.
Oh my god.
I just don't actually remember what the key command is to run it. Let's have a look.
Samuel Worthington said he operated Nemesis 12 years ago. That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Samuel was in the podcast when Dan was on, and he was talking about when he was working with Dan, I think.
Oh, there's the key. It's not connected.
Oh.
Do I connect it?
That is the question, guys.
So
what should we do?
Right, all I have to do is just run a line. And...
Oh no! Don't do that.
Oh no, I missed it. Oh, can I get? Oh, I can't. My mouse doesn't reach. Oh no!
Oh no!
It's like, do I connect it to this? No. Do I connect it to there? No. That one? No. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Is it this end? Oh, did I do this on the Wicker Man stream? By walking really slowly.
Yes, very slowly, backwards, left and right, up and down, back towards X sector. Then you turned around, and then you went back.
Oh, it's gone green. Oh no, it's connected. Oh no. Oh no, I pressed the compile button. Oh no.
Uh-oh. What does this mean?
Somewhere in there. Where is it? I'll read. That one.
Right now.
Always loaded. Yes. Might have worked. Let's see if this does something. Let's do that.
Just the process to get the ride on is insane.
Paste.
Get on Nemesis now, please, please, please. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Yes.
Turn off game view. Put a player in. Select a viewport. Let's see if this works.
Oh, so you actually have to put a player in to be able to ride it. Oh, there we go.
What?
Oh.
What?
We're at the Wicker Man.
How did we teleport back to Wicker Man?
That's a new one.
Wait, what? What landscape? It loaded it and then unloaded it.
Did you fall through a hole at Subterra? Did you go on the drop track by accident?
Really weird because that's in the right level. Why is Forbidden Valley not loading? Why is it not staying loaded?
This is where it crashes all. It's the Z kill.
Yeah, I mean technically it is because Forbidden Valley unloaded, but it shouldn't have unloaded.
Yeah, Dave's telling you off, saying it's the Z kill.
Yeah, but Forbidden Valley should be loaded. That's what I don't understand. Why is it not loading?
It worked and then it didn't work. Like it flashed and then it did it. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Well, thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe as well.
Just go really high.
Felt it first. That's how you pronounce your name. Felt it first. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm back at Wickerman.
So the Z kill. Oh, I know why.
Oh, he knows why.
Yeah, we put a Z kill in the volume of here, so if anyone tried to get over here when they shouldn't have, they get removed.
Ah.
Because they shouldn't be over here. There we go. It's that one.
Ah.
Because any of that area where you shouldn't be allowed to get to.
Okay, so that's why I fell off the map then when I got close to over there that time.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I see now. I see why you couldn't get any further. That makes perfect sense. I was traversing the valley very carefully and then I just got yeeted.
Control point.
Already subscribed. Nice one, man. Appreciate it.
Going up.
If you wanted to ask a question, whatever, I'll read it out straight away because you donated to the channel. Oh, we're in.
Here we go.
Oh, I can see Ripsaw over there.
Oh. God damn it! You weren't supposed to see that. No, you've spoilt it now.
Aww.
You don't need to see that.
Thanks, Luke.
No bitches see that. Yes, Ripsaw is in it. Yes, it works. Yes, it has physics.
Ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, but it's something that you should be able to see in Forbidden Valley. It should never have been removed. So.
Also, it's controllable. It's the one controllable ride.
What? Wow.
Spoilers! Right, let's see if 4 works. Oh, it does.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that it just works.
Sit back. It's fright time. Let's go. Look at that.
Oh, this will be fun.
Look at that shine.
Oh, yeah, very shiny rose. It's been raining.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. Kink. Oh my god, that's graceful. Oh boy.
Oh.
David Ainsworth, you legend.
That Helix is just giving me withdrawal symptoms. I need to get back and write this.
Round of applause for Virtual Towers Online for doing this. That is incredible. Wow.
Do I press E? No. Do I press 4? No.
We're just going to go around again. Just keep going around. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way off. We're just stuck on it now till I quit. Because it was never programmed to be a on-offable ride. It was just sort of...
Just goes around the track, yeah.
Yeah. Is Ripsaw still controllable? I mean, I'm showing everything off, so I may as well now show off that. Let's see.
Thank you, chat.
Let's see, is it some...
Oh, wow, look at that model. This has got me so hyped for Forbidden Valley. Like, so much.
I don't know where the rest of it is, though.
As well throw Thunder Looper in there now while you're at it.
Oh, it's on hidden.
Oh,
whoa.
Also, proper Ripsaw.
Yeah.
Where it actually has the blades, it has the coils,
Man,
it has the
rides.
proper colour. Not that stupid. Ugh. So much better. Proper theming, all back.
Yeah.
Let's see, is the programming still connected? Let's twice that.
Oh my days. That's just for Ripsaw.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Break. Up, down, and end. Okay. Should
Yeah,
still be
Samuel, I agree with that, man. Definitely. They need to put something there. They need to put something there on these stupid strongman things. What are you trying to do? Do a conversion? Are you trying to make a pathway so you can walk on it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where's player? Oh wait, no, player's already there, so I can go.
Play. Who says? There you go. Yeet. Can you spawn into the game like that? That'd be so cool.
Can spawn wherever I put the player spawn point.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, Nemesis can be walked around. You can walk like down to the pit. That's about it.
through, Costa.
Yeah, so nothing's there. So, pretty sure if I press this key, there we go.
Oh, what?
Oh, wow.
And then
Oh,
that
look at the
key.
physics on that pendulum. That is so good.
There we go. All completely hand controlled.
Wow.
No way.
Oh, that's amazing.
The one controllable
so much.
So there you go, guys. You've seen a lot of things tonight. Thank you so much, Pete, for sharing all this with us. I really appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
Like, it's got me so hyped for this project. It's like, to see things that no one's seen.
Yeah, this is definitely the heavy spoilers stream.
Yeah.
Way more than I was expecting to do, but might as well. Why am I stuck in the ground? Let me up. Let me up. What on earth is blocking me? Oh, it's because I'm going into it. That's why. Yeah.
See, even the devs have to try and figure out to get out of their own spots sometimes.
No, I'm stuck. It's because I've made the jump so pathetic. It's like, yeah, no, I'm stuck down here now.
I am forever in this debt to the stream. I mean, if you ever feel like absolute dire rubbish and you want to cheer yourselves up, guys, yeah, this is the stream to watch. Everyone needs a bit of look at that. It's gonna cover the sun, isn't it? Oh my god.
The lens flares off
the fountains.
Oh my god.
Imagine
if now you're just showing off.
Yeah, he's just showing off his ripsaw skills now. He's just showing off his ripsaw operating skills. Can you do the fountain one where it holds you at the top, pulls you down, spins you out? Let's see if you can do it. Goes up.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, it goes up backwards, hangs you up, tilts you, holds you and brings you down to the fountains.
Oh, yeah.
And then it spins you, but it doesn't spin you all the way around, does it? It spins you out. That's it. That's the one. Nailed it.
That's my favourite part of any Huss top spin.
There's always program 4. The hang on, let's just reset. Anyone that rode Ripsaw when it was new will know program 4 because it was basically the one they ran. It was just by far the best.
I think I
just the most intense one.
I didn't get it when it was brand new, but I think I rode it not long after, and I did get a mental cycle once when I was on it.
Because it's the one that sort of... Anyone that also rode...
Ramesses Revenge?
Yeah, it's the second half of Ramesses' program.
Yes, I knew it was. I knew it was the same. Yeah, so it does that, and then it spins you around. Yeah, I know which one it is, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's sort of like the whole sort of...
I'm not sure if Talican at Phantasialand has a similar program to that. I feel like that one has a pretty long program, but it might be different because the seat setup is different on that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You got a spin on that then.
I used to have it programmed with a lot less weighted movement.
Right.
So like the motors would be almost instant. You could do
crazy things.
I still don't like the way the brake is instant though. That's the one bit I can't work out how to make the brake not like off, on.
Yeah.
Off, on. It's just instant. And it's kind of annoying. Because it shouldn't do it just instantly. But it was just confusing to get it to work. But we've got a reasonable condition out of it.
Looks incredible, man. Like everything looks amazing. Obviously, it's not. But by all means, it's not. It's not probably one of you wanted to show off tonight. But...
Well, no, but people have seen it in previous streams and questioned about it, and when people have walked under here, it's like, oh, look at that! I can see it. So it's like, wow. It's something that should never have been taken away. So we feel that it should be back.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Someone in the chat said, "Why do I feel like Dave is annoyed?" I hope he's not too annoyed at everything you've shown us.
He can't be. I made Ripsaw anyway. I mean, he made Nemesis.
Don't start Dev War.
Well, I mean, it needs showing off just to show that, there is actually progress. There is
going on.
A lot of work to go as well. Like, people go back into game view so you don't see all the really naff stuff. We only have,
Nah, it's cool. Cheers, Dave. Appreciate it, man. I just want to get the word out, that progress is being made and that, just keep checking that itch for the update coming, because it will come at some point and it'll blow you away.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh wow.
I mean, there are little tidbits of things that have been started, and only more will come.
I honestly wish that I had some sort of knowledge in Unreal, because I would just be like, yo, add me to the team, I'll make some bins or something. I'll put some trees down for you. I know where trees are supposed to go.
I'll make nitrogeny.
Yes, now I'll make nitrogeny. I'll make the best honeycomb nitrogeny you've ever had. Seriously, I wish, but hopefully doing the stream has helped a little. Maybe you get some more donations from it as well, so that'd be sweet. I mean, we got £5 off Feel It First, so I'll put that towards a donation. I'll put that in there straight out, so it's an extra £5 for you guys. I know it's not much, but it's something.
That might buy us a small asset that saves us having to make it.
Yeah,
whatever we can buy that we don't have to make is only going to make time go quicker.
Yeah.
Sure.
Especially when there's so much stuff still to make. Oh yeah, I'm sure those rocks were missing.
Knowing Luke, it'll be the perfect rocks. Yeah, I love rocks. Okay, Ben. All right.
Those rocks were missing in your version.
Yeah, I was using the press version that you sent me a while ago.
Ah, that might be why. Yeah. That's fair enough.
I enjoy that version. I missed the chosen few thing though in the menu. That was so cool. That stream. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
That was so cool. When I saw that, I was like, oh, can't say anything to Chris. I was like, Chris, don't look yet. Wait till we get in. And he was like, why? I was like, well, you'll see. It's just awesome.
Did anyone ever? That's something that's no one's questioned this. I don't know why. I mean, it's
submission.
Weird,
yeah.
Why is there construction fence around it? No one's mentioned it.
Because I was disappointed that they got. I was disappointed that they got rid of such submission.
Slush mission.
Slush mission.
Slush mission. Brilliant.
I liked submission as a ride. I was disappointed when they got rid of it.
Yeah, but it's one of them. I don't know why towers put flats in and then rip them out. Don't put them in the first place if you're just going to rip them out.
Yeah, there's certainly not many left now, is there?
Have you got the shark in Mutiny Bay, by the way?
No.
Oh.
They will. I mean, he will be there.
Yeah.
But he's just not. A lot of sort of battle galleons is, again, very, very heavy work in progress.
Yeah.
But we have a boat.
Oh, sweet.
That was made by one of our accredited helpers on Discord.
Nice.
Did a really good job at it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It does look really good.
Fantastic. The detail as well on the top where the spikes coming off the bow there looks awesome.
That was what was it?
Ripped up sail.
Hang on. Who's that?
Oh, thank you, Ben. I appreciate it. Ben says he'll be donating to VTO on Wednesday, especially after seeing this exclusive. So
awesome. Yeah, that was Lord Asdi on the Discord server.
Nice one. Shout out to him then. Yeah.
He's done that, and here he basically did all of Spinball.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
He did most of he re-profiled the whole track, sort of getting all the supports done and everything, and also did the trains.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
That's
he
incredible.
modeled the trains for us as well.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's so good. Well, congratulations, man. You achieved something there big time.
Definitely.
And
Big
then he sort of ran out of
Really
time
awesome.
towards the end, so then I sort of finished off the work. So I did all the stairs, sort of the catwalks. They were a pain to do, but then they were
Yeah.
kind of fun when they all were finished because it's like, huh, that actually looked right. Especially when you actually look at enough photos and realize what it does.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, it actually builds itself. It's so easy.
Yeah. 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 You can see it, can't you?
So
Catwalk,
they were
track,
fun.
catwalk, track, catwalk, track. Yeah, you can see it. Makes so much sense now you've said that. I don't know why I've never thought that before.
Because sort of again, that's quite an iconic shot, isn't it? That
Yeah, and the vert turn as well on Spinball is probably one of the most photographed things as well at Towers.
yeah.
That shot right there.
But
Yep.
But it's such a fun ride. It is a really fun ride.
I was reminded of just how good, how much fun it is when I went.
I think I might
month.
try
I got
and
some properly crazy rides on it.
yeah, man, I've some mad rides. That and Dragon's Fury as well. I think I might. What have you got going on in here?
so all the work in box office, got the TV screens, you know. Don't forget to check our merch available on.
So your tea
Have you experienced at night? Sort of going on in there, and
really
oh yeah, something missing here, coming soon.
Oh wow. The shop.
So again, that's
Towers
sort of
Trading.
Jordan's little project. When he was sort of doing stuff, he was getting all Towers Trading sort of built up.
Oh wow,
That's
look
the
at the
next shop to get
layout.
open.
That is spot on layout wise. The ramp, and then that's where your things are. Yeah. Brilliant.
Done a job there.
And then that got updated straight away as well.
Fizz style. I love it.
Fizz style.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's again funny story. We actually we went to Coke and said, "Can we use freestyle and your logos?" And I, nope. They just flat out said no straight away. So Fizz style it is.
Fizz style. I love it. I'm gonna say that in vlogs from now on. I'm gonna get a Fizz style refill.
Fizz style cup.
Yeah. Fizz style cup and refill. Your day in style. That could be the marketing for it.
But yeah, I think that sort of covers everything that.
I love the layout of the top of Tower Street. It's just the presentation's so on point.
Yeah, it's just, but I think it's an happy accident, you know, because of how it's terrained. Like, there was like, oh, we'll just put some lawns on the way down, and then build the house, build the staff buildings, because some of them are staff buildings as well, all the way down to the bottom of the lawn there. I think it was a happy accident. They put the steps in, and then the entranceway followed, and it's just one of the most iconic theme park entrances in the world, up there with Disney, isn't it?
I think they just worked with the
Peach fan
terrain, with what they had.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they've just built around the terrain that they was given, and it's just worked out an absolute treat.
Yeah,
definitely.
I love Towers, man. Can't wait for the 15th and get back there. So realistically, then, Pete, I know I don't like asking this question, but what can you see hypothetically in the next update for on Itch? Like,
so the next update will probably get. So what we definitely will try and get is the pathways open up into here. Yeah, Haunted Hollow, get the opposite path where it goes down to round to Forbidden Valley when you go up to the Gothic Tower.
Oh wow. Which is there.
There's only again part modeled, but it's still there. So you'll go up to those steps that are in. So you'll be able to walk all through that, get all of this pathway put in, get all the fencing done behind Wicker Man. Probably get the work on in that bit. So you got the gravestones. Then probably get Katanga Canyon's pathway done, because again, it's not a lot of work to sort of get something in.
Yeah, to get you over there.
Because you can sort of get into this plaza sort of fairly easily. I don't know what we'll do about sort of Runaway Mine Train and everything. That might be sort of left out, or it'll be sort of like a case that you'll get to a certain point.
Just cover it over. Just put a massive tarpaulin over it. Says Virtual Towers Online construction. Magic is happening behind this curtain. Wait for the update.
But I mean, as you can see, sort of the fencing's starting to go in on the path, so then it's get rocked up all along
just
there.
Adds so much to it. It's only a bit of fencing. It's just because of the
land. Jules queue line coming in.
You got the extended queue line in for that.
Yeah, you can walk all of that if you want.
Oh boy.
Speaking of which, there may be some exclusive extra helpy bits going on in that queue line in the future.
Ooh.
That if people really like the bricks and the runes, there might be something going on over there. And then sort of come through this pathway, probably block that off, maybe, because that involves sort of going into the
dual back end of station. Yeah.
Stage area.
The problem is again, it's finding a point where to stop.
Yeah.
Is kind of a hot, because like up to here it's really good, and then you get like a little bit further and it's just like, ooh. But then it's like, do you walk up to this point, you get a little bit of a teaser, it's like, oh, I can just about see it, and then you have to go all the way back and
yeah. I'd do that. Yeah, I would definitely do that.
That'd probably be the way to go. Yeah,
probably will. I mean, that's sort of the idea that we might have, just to sort of show you the time scale, because in real life, walking from there to there can take about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it takes forever. It's not 10 minutes, it takes forever.
And
You've
this
got to
is
stop
to
it every time
scale.
on the way there as well.
Yeah,
that was one thing. That was one thing out of lockdown that I said to James when we first got. I don't know if you watched the first vlog that we did, but we walked down. It was like, oh, the graphics are a bit different now, aren't they? In Virtual Towers, we were having a laugh about it, and we got down to Mutiny Bay, and I was like, they nailed how long it takes to get to Wicker Man. Like down the walk down there, and then up to Wicker Man. It was almost perfect to how we were walking down there.
Yeah,
it was just
because people say it's like, oh, can't you just have an infinite run in the game? It's like, yeah, and do you run infinitely in real life? Can you run from the entrance all the way to Nemesis without stopping?
I'll tell you what I do like the idea of, though, the golf cart in the version that's currently out of them. Once you've ridden all the rides, you've done the nighttime. Once you've done the towers, you should get the golf cart. Then you can just blitz around everywhere that's available on the path. That's so cool. That would be awesome.
It's like an unlockable DLC.
Yeah, legit.
Could do. Oh look, JCB Digger.
Oh, I wish I could get in that. And
Digger. Dun, dun, dun.
You know what? I might do the track work for Octonauts and just my little claim to fame inside of Virtual Towers Online. I have actually done Octonauts before in No Limits. It's actually a lot more difficult than you think to do it, because it's just like so compact, really compact. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I went all the way down that road. I thought I was going up in Stoke-on-Trent. I carried on going.
It just carries on going.
Yeah, it carries on going. It's just Google Maps at the end of the day. Well, yeah, I think we'll end the stream there then, Pete. But
definitely.
Thank you so much for showing everything that you've shown, and showing that the passion is still in this project, and there's still updates going on.
Oh yeah, this isn't going to stop anytime soon. It may slow down, but it won't stop.
Yeah. No, it's an absolute pleasure to be able to host the stream. Hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. And that being said, if you have, make sure you hit the like button as well. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment below as well when the stream's done. You will be able to comment when it's on. If you do want to watch this back on playback now, you're just tuning in, just find the link you found this stream on, press it again, and you'll be able to go back to the start once the stream finishes. But yeah, so what do you reckon to you guys coming back on the CoasterGen show at some point as well, getting all of you on for
oh yeah, definitely.
Chat? Yeah, man.
Definitely,
we'll have to sort that out. But yeah, guys, but for now, yeah, that's the end of the stream. So thank you so much. Thank you, Mikhail, for joining us as well. It's been cool, man.
Yeah, no worries. This was fun.
Yeah,
thanks for
definitely. No worries, pal. No worries. All right, guys. Well, for now, I've been Luke, he's been Mikhail, and he's been Pete from Virtual Towers Online. And we've been CoasterGen, and we'll catch you next time, guys. See you later.
See you guys.
See ya.
There you go. Done. Oh my god, 2 days of playback.